What's up guys, Imbasoth here, back for some Magic the Gathering content. Today, we are talking about Phyrexia All Will Be One spoilers. The first thing I want to talk about is these lands. They are absolutely beautiful with their own theme. The non-full bordered lands are decent, they look fine, but I really absolutely love the full bordered land. They look beautiful with all different ways that they're making the Phyrexia symbol. I think it looks really cool. And I'm really excited for this set, because I think Phyrexians, they look so cool, and it's going to be awesome to see a set completely based on them. So I really like that this got a reprint because it really shows the strengths of the Phyrexian. This card is insane. But as a person that plays a lot of Standard on Arena, I am not too happy because Mono Black is already a very important deck. And this card is just so strong. You play it, it's a blocker. If they attack into you, they're going to lose a lot of permanence. And then it untaps, and now that's attacking. If they block, again, they're going to lose a lot of permanence. So either way, this card is very powerful, and it is above rate as a 5/5 for 4 mana with Trample, which is also very strong. So I think this will make Mono Black aggressive decks a lot better as a top end, because it's so hard to deal with. And if you deal with it with any damage base sources, you're going to lose a lot of permanence. The best way to deal with it is straight up destroy or exile, which there are a couple sources. There's a couple 2 mana instants that kill on sight, so it will slow this card down, but if it doesn't get removed that way, it is crazy. Blue Sun's Twilight is X and 2 blue for a sorcery that has gain control of target creature with mana X or less. If X is 5 or more, create a token that's a copy of that creature. So Blue Sun's Twilight is basically strictly better Entrancing Melody, which saw very minimal amount of play. So if there was an actual good ramp deck, this card could be actually decent if you can consistently get to a high number and the meta is big creatures in play. This would be kinda a removal spell, because you take out a creature on their board and you can make a copy of it, which would be crazy tempo positive. And the card could be really strong with Phyrexian Obliterator, because you're not only stealing it, but you're copying it as well. And if they have to attack into that, they're going to lose so many permanents, so that'd be pretty strong. This card is really meta dependent, because if there's aggro everywhere, I think this card is too slow. Paying 3 mana to get one of their 1-drops is just not fast enough, and you get overrun by that deck for sure. But if there's a lot of mid-range in the deck and you have a bit of ramp so you can get there faster, you can get some pretty crazy tempo when you're paying this for 7 or more. Koth, Fire of Resistance, 2 of any color and 2 red for a foil loyalty legendary planeswalker Koth. He has +2, search your library for a basic mounting card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. -3, Koth Fire Resistance deals damage to target creature equal to the number of mountains you control. And -7, you get an emblem with whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, this emblem deals 4 damage to any target. So one line of play I like is you play Koth, you -3, you kill a creature. The next turn you +2, get a mountain, and then -3 again and kill another creature. You're getting a 3 for 1 for 4 mana, which is pretty good. The problem with that -3 ability is that you need to be running a lot of mountains. And a lot of decks in this standard have different colors because of all the non-basic lands they have. But triomes do exist, so you could be playing more than one color with this guy. Another line I like is to play him, you +2. Now he's at 6 loyalty. That's a lot for a 4 mana planeswalker. It'll be very hard to kill. And then you plus a second time, and then you alt with him on 1 loyalty. Now, that means you will have mountains in your hand because you +2 twice, and you can keep on doing that after his ult. So you'll always be able to get that land to deal the 4 damage, which could win a game. But this is 4 mana, so I wouldn't be that surprised if he didn't see much play. But then again, he could be good in a specific red-ish deck. Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines, is 4 of any color and 1 white for a 4/7 legendary creature for Phyrexian Praetor. She has Vigilance, and if a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. So first of all, she has a big butt. That has vigilance, so she probably won't die in combat. So attacking with her is a free. There are so many cards that either get hosed by this or are really good with this. Spirited Companion, for once, drawing 2 cards on ETB would be really crazy because you draw more cards to play, so you can even use her ability even more. Norn of the Third Path is really good, destroying 2 artifacts or enchantment if they have them. Brutal Cathar is great. You're going to exile 2 creatures when he enters the battlefield, which is a lot more than 1. But it also is very strong against these cards, making these cards not being able to do their thing. And it saves her from a Brutal Cathar, because a Brutal Cathar can't kill her. And it could be really cool if you play this on turn 4, then you play Elesh Norn, and then you attack with the Argosy. Argosy is going to exile all your creatures and bring them back, so you can get the doubled of all of their ETBs. So that could be pretty strong. But I think the problem with Elesh Norn is that she's a 5-drop. She is a bit too slow. So unless they print a lot of really good ETB creatures, I don't think this card will be insane. I think it could be good to medium at best. But really cool card. Love it. Jorkadine first Gold Warden is 1 red and 1 white for a 2/2 legendary creature human rebel with trample. He also has, whenever Jorkadine first Gold Warden attacks, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of equipped creatures you control. Then, if Jorkadine powers is 4 or greater, draw a card. So this card does a lot for a 2-mana creature. In an equipments deck, which I think this set will push because he exists, and it's an artifact team deck, getting him to 4 power really isn't tough. Either your equipments boosted him, or you have equipments and other creatures which also boost him. So getting that card draw is strong, and he does have a keyword, so he is pretty good with equipments. But right now, with the equipments we have, I don't think this card is strong enough. So we'll see if they print some in this set to make him powerful. Thrumming Bird is 1 of any color and 1 blue for a 1/1 Phyrexian bird horror that has flying. When Thrumming Bird deals combat damage to a player, proliferate. If you play this card early, this card could be really powerful. If they don't have a flying blocker, every turn you can hit and proliferate, which could give you insane amount of value depending on what cards get printed for the proliferate theme. And if there is one, I think this card will make a great inclusion into it, because it could be so powerful to get that many counters. Aisha of Spark and Smoke is 1 and 2 red for a 4/2 legendary human warrior with prowess. And a 1 red or white Aisha of Spark and Smoke gains first strike until end of turn. And whenever Aisha deals combat damage, you may cast a sorcery spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage without paying its mana cost. This card actually seems pretty good. If she is played and isn't immediately removed before combat, she can be pretty powerful. When you're attacking your opponent, she is very hard to block because you can play stuff at instant speed, trigger her prowess, and also give her first strike. So it's really hard to block her. And then when she isn't blocked, she can ramp you so much. It's a shame that you can only get sorcery spells from the last ability. You can't get instant. But she could ramp you easily 5 mana on a hit if you've only cast 1 spell with the prowess. So if you cast multiple ones, she can start making you some crazy mana. As long as she isn't just removed when she's played, she's a very strong card. So those are all the cards I want to talk about today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. This is a new channel, so it really needs the boost. Anyways, have a great day and see ya.